Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology for May 9th, 2020. If you add all those numbers up, you get the number 18, and if you add the 1 and the 8 together, you get the number 9. So the number 9 is a number of completion. So what helps you feel complete? I know that true love is my number one way to feel completion. Having those that know you and understand your sensibilities in a way that they know how to support you when things get off base and out of balance is so helpful. Sometimes you need others around to help you step out of present situations and reconnect to what is your soul's true mission and purpose. Completion to me means a full body yes. That place where every fiber of your being is resonating with a decision or choice. It matters not what the outcome actually is in that moment because you sense that you are in the current of life force energy that penetrates everything and moves it along. So often humanity has a type of arrogance that they will exclusively go their own way. When someone chooses their own path, but that path is out of alignment with the higher order of reality, then they do not understand that they can impact and disrupt the natural order of many living things. Then whatever type of completion they are aiming for will really not work the way they expected, and it will have a rippling effect of consequences that can last for a long time. The answer? Align your energy with a higher place of morals and values. Feel into the flow that is happening all around you and that circulates the energy of life itself. Allow that current to carry you forward, then discover what magic can manifest and what amazing results you can give back to this world. The astrology today, the moon continues in the optimistic sign of Sagittarius, so look ahead and decide to do small things that uplift and inspire others. Mercury trines Pluto in the morning and will trine Jupiter tomorrow. You are going to be challenged on your own personal development and your intellectual understanding of many levels of the human condition. Your psychological understanding and awareness is changing. You have a new focused attention to use in ways that you did not know were possible. Look for the hidden messages in the behaviors and choices of others. It helps to have a strategy to use those powers of persuasion. Remember to observe, question, seek a pathway through the chaos, make a choice of direction and intention. Move in that direction and discover what lies at the other side of choice. The moon in Sagittarius opposes Venus in Gemini. Sensations are strong and can threaten to take over your logic. Emotions attack you in a flurry and things in life feel unsatisfied and problematic. No matter what, pay attention to the little things. They might be just what intends to throw you off center. My quotes for today are not personal. I pulled some from the Dalai Lama. Just love the Dalai Lama. One of them is, learn to let go. This is the secret of happiness. Another one is, silence is sometimes the best answer. Don't let the behaviors of others destroy your inner peace. And my blog today is a third one from the Dalai Lama, and it is, there are 3 solutions to every problem. Accept it, change it, or leave it. If you can't accept it, change it. If you can't change it, leave it. So the Dalai Lama is such an amazing person. I am grateful that practically everything that comes out of his mouth is recorded, and I love his simplicity and straightforward clarity that allows for the most dense minds to comprehend, if not all, some part of the truth that lingers in his words. Life teaches us again and again about the complex lesson of acceptance. Acceptance involves not getting what you want. Acceptance is about stepping back and allowing what is to just sit in the silence. Acceptance is at the root of all moments that allow for the magical potential of something greater to evolve into your reality. Acceptance is not about waiting, but about walking away and allowing life to continue in its own trajectory rather than the one you desire. Acceptance takes a great deal of radical trust in the universe. But if you have not had a moment when you had let go and allowed the universe to gift you with what is essential for the next part of your life, then you will feel as if accepting the moment, whatever it is a form of failure. Acceptance allows for freedom within your core. You choose freedom from an element of the desire realm. Through acceptance, you release yourself from a prison created by your own mind. If you cannot accept, you become bound and determined to change something instead. But changing external reality takes a great deal of personal power, focus, unconditional love, and directed intention. And there are things that if you attempt to manipulate or control others, then it will inevitably fail. That is because we are in a free will zone, and you do not get to control others without consequences. You cannot control another human being that is dedicated to his or her own freedom. You can control those who have been given their power away because they are weak and collapsed. Their boundaries are broken by their life circumstances. But if you respect and honor the soul that walks within a body, then you are brought back to the game of acceptance once again, because you realize that forcing others to change will not give you what you are seeking. People that are forced to change resent the person manipulating them, and the actions from someone who is forced has no authenticity, no juice, and it just feels icky. The change that the Dalai Lama is speaking about is not about changing your circumstances. It's about changing. It is not about changing others. It is about changing yourself. That is the bottom line in most things. It is about us changing. When the bubble of our reality is distorted by our own wounds and suffering, we perceive things that are often not true, except in your own personal bubble of reality. If you do not like the results happening, then it is us that needs to change. There is an NLP, neurolinguistics phrase that says, "The meaning of my communication is the result I produce." Think about that for a second. I have loved and hated this phrase, and I have used it as a guiding truth in my life. It reminds me that my perceptual bubble feels very real, but often is not completely real. If I think I'm being as kind as I can be, but the results keep producing something that's negative, and there's this hardcore truth that maybe there's something happening in me that's negative that I'm not aware of. And maybe I should drop into silence and take a look at what it is inside of me that is actually causing the reaction outside in them. So inevitably, it pushes me back to the first or the third Dalai Lama statement: accept what is and drop into silence, or move on with my life. Or the third statement: leave it, which is the same thing as the first one. The results are that you have to leave things as they are. You have to accept them to leave them alone. You have to recognize that the end results from all angles lead you back to walking away and walking your own path. So here we are again at the third option: leave it, which is another version of acceptance. When you have done your best and tried to accept, but that failed, and then you tried to change others, that always fails. And if you then realize that it is you that has to change, and you explore what's going on within your psyche that keeps causing a particular reaction, and you shift, what magically happens is that you are able to leave things alone. You're able to accept things as they are. You recognize that the only issue is attachment, which, as the Dalai Lama and Buddhism says, is the root of all suffering. And you realize that this journey is for you to learn how to step out of your own suffering. No one can help you out of your karmic patterns of suffering. You must suffer through your attachments. You have to learn to accept what is offered from others or not. You have to learn that control never works, manipulation never works, coercion never works, lashing out never works, acting superior never works, lying never works. The only thing that works is that you have to change. You are the root of your own suffering.